Dash with Carol Dixon is all about life and how to live that life positively, productively, and prayerfully. After decades of ministry, Dr. Dixon is qualified to address any topic of life from a biblical perspective. Let's listen now as Dr. Dixon comes forth.
Hello there. I'm so glad you're here today. You know what? I want to share with you a nugget why you need God's vision. Proverbs 29:18 says, "Where there is no vision, the people perish." Why does the Bible say vision is so important in your life? Well, because where there is no vision, the people perish. There it is right there. Now I'm going to share 5 reasons it's essential to have a clear vision of God's purpose for your life. Number 1, without God's vision, there's indecision. James 1:8 says, "A person who has doubts is thinking about 2 different things at the same time and can't make up his mind about anything." That's God's word translation. I love the Bible. I love to go to different translations. It's just layers upon layers that it just opens it up to you. Well, and also, not only will you find yourself in indecision, but without God's vision for your future, you drift and wander through life. You don't have goals, purpose, or meaning. And you know what? When you just let life happen to you, you're not really living. You're not really living. You don't just let life happen. Set goals. What are you going to do today? Put a time on each hour, even if you have to, and have things set for you to do. Oh, yes. Another thing. I said 5, right? This is the 3rd one. With no vision, you waste time and you miss opportunities. Listen, you don't make the most of what you've been given, and that makes you a poor steward. When you're a poor steward of your life, you end up just coasting. And when you're coasting, you're always heading downhill. 4th thing, without God's vision, there is division. Sometimes I'll say division, but it's division. If you don't understand God's vision for your life, how can you expect others to support you in your purpose? In fact, the lack of vision makes you vulnerable to others steering you around what they think or assume your purpose is. Oh yeah. Only God can tell you your purpose because He created you specifically and uniquely to live it out. And only following His vision will allow you to live the abundant life God intends for you. If you aren't sure where you're headed, then don't expect anybody else to go with you. Proverbs 28:2 says, "When the country is in chaos, everybody has a plan to fix it. But it takes a leader of real understanding to straighten things out." That's the Message translation. See, vision is the antidote to division. Vision is the antidote to division. Believe that. And number 5, without God's vision, there's a collision. For many people, life is just a series of relational confrontations, financial crashes, and personal crises. It's like a bumper car ride where you just keep getting hit from all sides. Without God's clear direction for your life, you will inevitably hit a dead end. Oh, yes. And the Bible warns of the consequences of not following God's vision for your life. Some have refused to let their faith guide their conscience, and their faith has been destroyed like a wrecked ship. That's in 1 Timothy 1:19. Getting God's vision for your life requires prayer and careful thought. Listen, you need God's vision. Without God's vision, there's indecision. Without God's vision for your future, you drift and wander through life. With no vision, you waste time and you miss opportunities. Without God's vision, there is division, okay? Without God's vision, there's collision. Get God's vision. Pray. Give careful thought and continual effort to hear God's voice. It's the result of seeing things clearly with your eyes of faith than having eyes of fear. When your faith guides your conscience, you'll gain a clearer understanding of how to move forward with your purpose. I am Carol Dixon, and this is Dash.
We know you have been inspired. Your faith has been built, giving you a new perspective. Tell someone about Dash with Carol Dixon podcast. Someone you know needs to tune in. We're always on 24/7. Spread the word, won't you? We're helping you and many others with a positive, productive, and prayerful word. Thank you for joining us today. Take a moment now to leave a rating, review, and subscribe to our podcast app. On behalf of the entire team, thanks for listening to Dash with Carol Dixon.